Good morning, Hoosiers, and thank you for joining us for this edition of HSJI News. My name is JD Arland alongside Margaret Davis, and these are today's top stories.
We began this morning from the Hyper Training Facility, where our own JD Arland has a story.
Indiana University athletics have always been the pride of the Hoosier State. With the introduction of the Student-Athlete Bill of Rights, the school is not only gaining statewide attention, but obtaining national recognition. On July 9th, Athletic Director Fred Glass presented the revolutionary plan to the NCAA. The new policy includes an extended meal plan, a new dorm room, and a program nicknamed Hoosiers for Life, which guarantees a 4-year education for every student-athlete. The bill applies to all IU athletes regardless of their health and performance. So, why all the sudden changes? The bill comes as a direct result of a lawsuit that the school has been faced with regarding the mistreatment of student-athletes.
To further question the legality of the document, we spoke with IU law professors who declined to be interviewed for this project. We also spoke with the IU Student Athletic Department, who declined to comment on the issue as well.
After the document was completed and submitted to the NCAA for official review, we found that there was little done to promote the document to the rest of the student body.
Sorry, I don't know that.
We sat down with weight trainer Joshua Fries to talk about the Bill of Rights.
I know a little bit about it. I first heard about it on ESPN after there was a lawsuit. I believe it was the O'Bannon lawsuit or another one. Basically, IU was the first school to come up with a Bill of Rights. I like it, but it's unfortunate that this particular bill came out right after the trial that I mentioned.
As a result of a lawsuit or not, the Student-Athlete Bill of Rights has provided a way for Indiana's athletes to maintain a well-rounded education and to spread the university's influence nationwide.
Alongside photographer Tara Robbins, my name is JD Arland for HSJI News.
Thank you, JD. And switching gears now into the food industry, our own Natalie Rice has the story.
Indiana University has been making efforts to accommodate students with special diets.
So IU has the opportunity where they have a dietitian and they have chefs who kind of know everything that's going on about food allergies, so you can meet with them and they can kind of help you cater your diet.
While fruit and veggies may help out students seeking to eat healthier, IU provides gluten or nut-free products for those with serious dietary needs.
The big 8 allergies are the most common: peanut, tree nuts, fish, shellfish, dairy, wheat, gluten, and egg.
Instead of overlooking the moderately small number of students who fall under this category, the school's chefs provide students with more than just basic salads.
I was like, I want to eat more than just lettuce every day. So, like, it's summer, Rachel's here, like, I have time to do stuff, so she met with me, and there's, like, gluten-free pasta and things here.
At IU, freshmen have a mandatory meal plan, which has now started to cater towards students with special diets.
We accommodate for pretty much any diet, so we won't really give like a gluten-free diet, like a half meal plan or anything. We just work with the options we have.
Although providing food edible by all students can be tricky,
when you're trying to feed over 10,000 people, it's a large task to be at hand, especially so with that factored into it. They've done a good job.
overall, the students at IU are provided with many resources to help them access the food they need. Even students like Emily, who cannot eat a majority of foods, feel satisfied and are not left hungry for improvement. With photographer Maggie Davis, I'm Natalie Rice reporting for HSJI.
Thank you, Natalie. And branching off of our last story, our own Hannah Washington has a report on the financial impact of healthy eating.
Studies show that unhealthy food is about $1.50 cheaper per day. Dietitian Rachel Norrit believes it's simple for students to gain access to inexpensive, healthy food.
There are plenty of good, inexpensive, healthy options, and it comes down to just the students being open to trying new things or just thinking a little bit ahead. Like for the food courts, for example, you know, they're in a hurry and it's easier to grab just a pizza than have this stir fry made with a bunch of vegetables. and if the line's long, it can be discouraging too.
Breakfast is arguably the most important meal of the day, and students often opt for the quicker, least expensive, and most unhealthy options.
I don't think breakfast is too challenging to get healthy options. I think sometimes it's a comfort to get like a breakfast buddy with bacon and egg and stuff like that, and it's easy to grab real quick.
There can be long-term effects of eating a poor diet, including poor academic performance.
And I wouldn't say I have any, measurable data on, if their performance was improved or not, but I definitely think that the ones that make good choices, it definitely pays off, in their academics.
As time progresses and people become more aware of the effects of a poor diet, they will begin to make healthier life choices.
People are kind of more aware of the effects of sugar on increased diabetes and the effects of fried foods and trans fats. I think that they are starting to grasp, trying to move towards more whole food.
The government urges people to eat more fruits and vegetables. Through its programs and federal subsidies to agriculture, most unhealthy food is often the cheapest and most available. When colleges begin to prioritize healthy eating, it will become easier for students to do the same. With HSJI News, I'm Hannah Washington with photographer Laura Knowles.
Thank you, Hannah.
Staying healthy is important to any college student over the summer. And speaking of college in the summer, co-anchor Margaret Davis has a student's options for summer on campus.
Indiana University Bloomington is known for its bustling streets, teeming with energy. IU hosts some of the biggest college events around the nation, like the Little Five and the famed IU Welcome Week. But what about the summer months? Where does all that Hoosier pride go? The usually lively streets move at a much slower pace during the summer months at IUB, but according to the students and administration, it can be one of the greatest times to soak in all the university has to offer.
Going out and just trying new restaurants and doing stuff that you normally just wouldn't have the opportunity to do during the summer with your friends. That's a really important part of doing it over the summer.
Just from a lifestyle perspective, it's a pretty awesome place in the summer.
Students and staff at IUB also notice and take hold of the increased opportunities to interact with and get involved in the Bloomington community as well.
Festivals in the community during the summer, the farmers market's going on, and there are all sorts of festivals in Bloomington and nearby, and so that gives some additional opportunities for students to participate in the life of the community.
I have friends who've been doing a lot of volunteering, maybe at Habitat for Humanity or at the local YMCA, and especially when you are a student over the summer, you're taking fewer classes, and so your schedule opens up a lot. So a lot of people, if they are more engaged with the community, fill that time by volunteering or working a job in the community.
Another huge part of the summer here at IU is freshman orientation. With 40 separate sessions, the university keeps itself busy preparing incoming students for life on campus.
And we do 40 of those sessions, and so those start in early June and go through July, into the middle of July. So that's a huge chunk, and we have a freshman class of about 7,400 students, and so that takes up a lot of time.
Administration also has its hands full with construction projects during the summer that would impede university life during the regular school year. This summer, building additions seem to focus on the business college. Current projects include the Indiana University Bloomington Global and International Studies Building, a huge addition to campus with a $53 million budget and an estimated completion date of June 2015. Also on tap for this summer is the Hodge Hall Kelley School of Business Edition, slated for completion in August of 2014. Although the atmosphere is much more laid back, one only needs to look beyond the sample gates to see that life at the capital of Hoosier Nation is still very active during the summer months. With photographer Natalie Rice, I'm Margaret Davis reporting for HSJI News.
Thank you, Margaret.
IU's Summer Strings Intensive Workshop is taking the campus by storm with high schoolers from all around the nation. Our own Laura Knowles has the report.
Here at Indiana University, there are many summer programs, including an orchestra intensive called the Summer String Academy. For 4 weeks, pre-college students have the opportunity to attend this program at the Jacobs School of Music in order to hone their already exceptional skills. I spoke with Christina Hightower, who has been involved with the program as its administrative director for the past 19 summers, and she loves it. As a violin player herself, Ms. Hightower also helps to instruct students. Along with a lot of rehearsals and practices, everybody has small concerts and performances throughout the month that they attend, but the chamber music recital shown here is much more exclusive.
We have probably close to 200 applicants, and we only accept about well, about 80 or so. So it's at the highest level. These kids are pre-college kids at the highest level.
In order to perform in this recital, students had to audition and were then placed into groups based on their playing level. If they got a place, they had additional rehearsals 4 days a week for an extra 3 hours. This extra practice clearly paid off as the students were perfectly in sync with each other and seemed to be playing as one. Each student has 4 hours of rehearsal daily, including weekly private and master classes. According to Ms. Hightower, she would make no changes to how the program is currently run, as she considers it top-notch. If she could do one thing, though, she would extend the program.
The only thing that I've heard from the kids is they wish it were longer.
It seems impossible that students would want more class time, but according to one performer, Jillian Kluznik, this proves to be true. She said that, since there are different classes, such as master classes and private lessons, as well as regular rehearsal, they sometimes overlap, leaving her with less than 4 hours of practice time.
I'd prefer to have just 4 hours every day.
Her one change to the program would be ensuring that they got that time, plus the additional time accordingly. Though this is Jillian's first year here, she would love to return due to the talent of the cello instructors.
Susan Moses has students going to Juilliard and getting second place in the Tchaikovsky competition, which is it's an international competition.
Though she knows that the music business is a tough one, Jillian would love to continue and pursue a career in music. Due to all the hard work and dedication shown by both the staff and students in Indiana University's Summer String Program, they all deserve recognition, whether that be from a recital or any other form of publication. With photographer Hannah Washington, this is Laura Knowles reporting for HSJI News.
Thank you, Laura. Transitioning into IU campus life, admissions are the biggest issue on any high school senior's mind. Tara Robbins has the inside scoop on admissions.
The college admissions process is a long, nerve-wracking process for applicants across the board. That is no different for potential IU enrollees. Current Indiana University Bloomington student Dee Dee sat down to talk about her admissions experience.
Filling out the application really wasn't that stressful. It took probably, I would say, 2 days because they had like some documents that they required that I didn't have, and then having to get all that together. Having good grades and then honors helps because it's getting more, complicated and confusing to get into IU. So.
Admissions are getting more competitive as colleges and universities continue to raise the bar for applicants. Assistant Director of Admissions at IU Bloomington, Ross Gaddy, also sat down to give us some insight.
It is going to be more difficult and more selective here on the Bloomington campus. The reason for that is that we do have a much larger applicant pool, and so because of that, we are able to admit a higher level academic student.
Regarding a cloud of secrecy surrounding the college admissions process, Mr. Gaddy said that it wasn't secretive at all. It was just that it's ever-changing. Because of this, it's not possible to tell students exactly what to do in order to be accepted. With photographer Laura Knowles and J.D. Arland, this is Tara Robbins with HSJI News.
Thanks, Tara. In the world of college admissions, diversity is key to any university. Danice Batista has the story.
IU Bloomington has been making strides to diversify their campus, offering multiple clubs that support students of all types of ethnicity, religion, and beliefs.
My name is Larry Gonzalez. I'm a Senior Associate Director for Diversity Recruitment and Outreach, in the sense of diversity, meaning that it should have no boundaries, whether it's ethnicity, whether it's race, whether it's in-state, out-of-state, international, sexual persuasion. We feel that that is what we call true word of diversity. We want this university to be a very diverse and welcoming environment for students.
IU Bloomington's diversity has increased over the years, and students have immersed themselves in a unique environment where all students are accepted.
My name is Kelly Genowick. I love the cultural experience of being a part of IU. I've definitely treaded upon the nations. It's a rich cultural experience that I'm so grateful for. It made me want to travel the world and experience different cultures, and it opened my mind to that there's so much more out there than the American dream, and to be able to see life from different dimensions and angles. In cultures, we all have this inherent same desire for purpose, for destiny, to be people who are educated for love. I would say yes, it will only enrich and empower the culture here to make people very flavorful and experienced and knowledgeable about all the people of the world.
IU's efforts for a more diverse university is very supportive of all types of ethnicities, religion, and belief systems. It makes it a better environment for students. I'm Danny Batista with HSJI News.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in.
If you're curious about any of the stories seen on the show or want to learn more about the HSJI program, visit us on the web at journalism.indiana.edu.
This has been Margaret Davis alongside JD Arland signing off.
Stay classy, Indiana.